Welcome to Book Insight on ReadbookNG community. I am Idemudia Christian Uwa. I'll be hosting this very edition. Book Insight is all about giving you or bringing to you values that are in books, insight from books that are worth noting and that can help you improve as an individual and also help prepare you to positively influence others and the society in general. So today on Book Insight, I'm going to give you, it's going to come from the book Atomic Habit, written by James Clear. We are currently reading this book on our book club, and everyone is excited about the book. Everyone has learned something from the book because it's laden with insights that can transform the individual for good. So today on Book Insight, I want to bring you something about habit change. Habit change is an area of life that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle to change one particular habit or the other. And as James Clear has stated, habits are routine or behavior that are performed regularly, and over time it becomes automatic. So it's possible it becomes automatic. So let's say, for example, you are involved in smoking and then you do it over a period of time, and then out of nothing, maybe to your surprise, you see that you automatically want to smoke, or you automatically get a cigarette and you start smoking. So that becomes an habit, the habit of smoking. It was a routine or a behavior that you performed regularly, and over time it can become automatic. So sometimes some people want to reverse their state, that is, stop a particular behavior, and oftentimes it becomes a challenge to have people do this. So in the book Atomic Habit by James Clear, he gave a system where we can be able, in which we can use to change our habit effectively. But first, he stated that the problem we have with habit change is because people are not aware of their habits. And that simply means that, or that simply is that because habits can become automatic, so we lose the consciousness of this habit. We tend not to understand that this is what we are doing because it's now automatic. We just go ahead and we do it. Some people, you just ask them, they just move, get cigarette, and then they light, and just out of nothing, it becomes an involuntary action, and you just do it and just do it. So when that self-awareness or that consciousness is no longer there, then habit change becomes difficult. James Clear stated there, said the more automatic a behavior becomes, the less likely we are to consciously think about it. Many of our failures in performances are largely attributable to a lack of self-awareness. So self-awareness is the problem. Self-awareness is the problem why people are not able to completely or successfully change any particular habit. And then James Clear went ahead to give a system, or let me say a process that we can follow to change habits, and that is what I want to bring to you today. This system he referred to as the Habit Scorecard. The Habit Scorecard. The Habit Scorecard is built upon the principle of the Japanese race system. Okay, it's built upon the principle of the Japanese race system. According to James Clear, he said the Japanese race system, what they do is that they have a process or a system of pointing and calling. Pointing and calling. That as you enter the train, there's a ritual of pointing at different objects and calling out commands. And also, when the train approaches a signal, you also find the operator will point to it and tell you signal is green or whatsoever. At the end of the day, this draws your attention to that particular signal or the particular thing that the operator wants you to be aware of. So on that principle of pointing and calling, James Clear designed out the Habit Scorecard, which it says can effectively help individuals become aware of their habit and then change whatsoever habit they want to change. So let's move in quickly to the habit scorecard. How do you perform the habit scorecard? So the first thing James Clear said here is that create your own list of your daily habits. So you need to create your list of your daily habits. Write it down. In the morning, this is what I do. I wake up, brush my teeth, eat my food, check my phone, do this, I do this. And so your daily habit, whatsoever you do for that particular day, write everything out. Okay, you need to write everything out because we want to become aware of our habit. Then secondly, look at each behavior that is on that list and mark it depending on the situation and your goals. Okay, so according to the book, we're going to mark it into good behavior, bad behavior, and neutral behavior. So if good behavior is there, if there's a behavior to you that is good, you just give it a particular symbol, mark it. For those that are bad, mark it with a particular symbol, and then for the neutral ones, also use a particular symbol. But James Clear went forward to say that there's really nothing like good, bad behavior, that these are not effective ways to classify behavior. He said behaviors generally, let me read to you, he said, there are no good habits or bad habits. They are only effective habits. We only have effective habits. And I agree with this sincerely. Habits, because habits different from individual. You may have an habit that helps you achieve or become who you want to be, while that habit to me will be detrimental. So it says that habits are effective when they help us solve our problems. Okay, so when an habit helps you solve your problem, it can be a good habit to you, but to somebody else it becomes bad. So he wants us to classify on the basis of effectiveness, and the best way to do that is just to ask yourself. Let me use the same word he says. He said, if you want to do this, simply ask yourself, does this habit help me become the person I want to be? I don't know if you're getting it. Does this habit help me become the person I want to be or I wish to be? So if the answer is a yes, then that is a positive habit. If it's a no, then that means it's not positive and it's not healthy for you. An example of an habit is someone who smoke. For the immediate gain, it helps you relieve stress and whatsoever, but on the long run, it's detrimental to your health. So you see that this is not effective on the long run, and it's an habit you should probably work towards to change. Now, the first thing again I said is that make your habit list, and then after you've done that, categorize them into effective and non-effective habits. And once you've done this, effective and non-effective habits, you need to do it without any judgment or criticism. This is not the objective of this process is not to tell you that, oh, you are doing something bad or you are doing something good. The objective is for you to become aware of your habit. So don't praise yourself, don't condemn yourself, don't criticize yourself. Just list out this habit and then continue to notice what you are doing. Let it sink to you that, oh, this is what I'm doing. Then once you are done with that, each time you are about to take action on a particular habit, let me say, for example, I have identified that each morning I go to my phone and I go to social media. And then I've come to also agree that this social media that I go to in the morning is not effective for me. So the next time I'm about to go to social media in the morning, I need to not do this. I need to speak out to myself and say that, oh, I'm going to social media, but social media is not healthy for me at this time. So each time you're about to take action on an habit you want to change, you need to rephrase this word. You need to state the habit you're about to perform or the action you're about to take and the consequences along with it. I'm about to watch TV, but TV makes me whatsoever. I'm about to get ice cream, but ice cream gets me overweight. I'm about to do this, but this thing makes me this. Okay, so as you continue to do this, it brings you an awareness of what you are doing and the consequences attached to it, and over time your behavior change your habit change will become effective because you are now aware. There's notice, you have good notice of what happens and the consequences of it. So I want to wish you well. I want to wish you that as you plan to change some aspects of your lives, which are habits, that you'll be successful, that as you look forward to effectiveness and more productivity, that you'll be able to live it through. And let me tell you that books contain a lot of benefits, okay? A lot of wisdoms, a lot of ideas that can help us transform our life better and positively. Continue to read, and as you read, continue to reflect and feast upon the lessons and the ideas that are in it, and then don't forget to take action on these ideas and these lessons so that you can reach the goal of becoming a fulfilled reader. This is ReadbookNG again, and it is Book Insight. I want you to subscribe, I want you to like and share this video and comment so that I can, whatever questions you have or whatsoever, just leave it in the comment box and I'll do my best to respond to them. Also, we have a book community that is over 300 readers on that community. We read together, we discuss ideas, and we share some other experiences together. We connect, we try to socialize. So I want to invite you to join that. You can reach me on Twitter at ReadbookNG, ReadbookNG on Twitter, and I'll be glad to connect with you. So see you next time on Book Insight, and have a great day, have a great week ahead. Bye-bye.